Government is a concept that has taken many different forms over the past approximate 5,000 years of human civilization. From Greece to Egypt to Rome to the Han Dynasty, government has always played an essential role in the fate or sustainability of a nation. While the spirit or the central purpose of governments may have varied throughout the ages, their core purposes have always remained the same. Essentially, a government is, to any civilization, both modern or ancient, the basic benefactor of the nation's well-being, its order and unity, its economy, and its steady progression forwards. In many instances, governments were also the strings that held a culture together. For example, in the glorious civilization of ancient Egypt, religion was almost inseparable from government. The political ruler, or the pharaoh, also acted as the ultimate spiritual ruler. He was often depicted as a god on earth. This can also be seen in ancient Rome, albeit on a less intense level. The government of early Rome wrote laws dictating the practice of religion. That is, prayer and sacrifice to the Roman gods became a vital and central part of the government and everyday life for all Romans. Another example would be how the emperor's portrait was welded onto the common currency of the civilization with an enhanced image, giving him the facade akin to that of a god's. This was the ancient civilization's equivalent to a PR stunt, the government using this as a means to unite the people under the image of a pristine, powerful leader. Outside of its purpose of maintaining unity in a culture, one of the government's most important roles in any society was legislation. That is, the bringing in of a plan of laws to set the standard for what is right in the law and what is wrong, illegal. The best example of this would come from the ancient city of Babylon, situated in the state of Mesopotamia. I am talking about, of course, the age-old code of Hammurabi, from which the quintessential quote, "an eye for an eye," is derived. In its essentiality, it contains a total of 282 laws. The phrase, "an eye for an eye," represents what many people have viewed as a harsh sense of justice based on revenge. However, it is one very effective example of how a government has been able to keep its people in check by instilling a system of accountability and assured consequence for action. The 9 chapters, a somewhat similar system of law, was written and utilized ages after the fall of Mesopotamia and the rise of many new empires. This legal system was centrally used to maintain order in the Han Dynasty in ancient China. In this insanely large legal code, over 900 volumes cover almost any possible scenario one could imagine. Many of the same standards and legal ideas or variations on these ideas were implemented by the Romans ages after it has been used by the Chinese. From these various points in history, it can be clearly seen that in addition to holding together cultures, maintaining unity, and bringing people together, legislation and the writing of law, or some variation, has always been and will most likely always continue to be a very central purpose of most, if not all, governments since the inception of civilization.